Everything looks like it finished just on time. So we take those. Hey everybody, happy yeah, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope the day was restful and or productive for y'all. Um hey Cal. Thank you so much for the raid, Katie. I appreciate it. Um, trying to think if I have anything I actually have to say that isn't immediately covered. Because I'm kind of just in like ready to go, ready to rip work mode, to be honest. So I'm sitting here thinking about it. It's like I should be able to say, like, I have some things I want to say, it feels like, but my brain is also just like, is just going like, shut up and sprite guiding. So it's like, all right, well, shut up and animate sprite guiding rather. But yeah, hey Larry, hey Cal. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. Oh, I guess I can just talk about like objectives for today. So I did sneak on a little bit earlier while KT was streaming and do a bunch of like prep to knock out a couple of things. Because if I tried to animate everything or get all the animations implemented in the 3 hours, we'd run out of time. And we're at the point where we are roughly about at the point in time where we got to pick up a little bit of the pace on my end to get some things in and done. So I'm probably going to be trying to like dig in more time off stream to get things taken care of. I'm gonna do a pull real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. Good. You gotta close out over here because you gotta be on the other monitor now. So yeah, I mean, I got a job application done today. Probably another 2 after stream is over. We'll sort of see how things go from there. So yeah, insofar as where we're at right now. So I went ahead and animated Leona's hit state, implemented it and all that other stuff. Thanks to KT being so industrious and kind as to it was either KT or Yuna, I don't remember who, but thanks to one of the two of them picking up a sprite pack or two, we were at least able to cut down the time for like getting some bullets and okay, it was Yuna, the bullets and other stuff done, and the sprite sheets for the Igla Drone, Scout, and Trooper were all already in. So those are in. I may or may not have slightly botched some of the animation counts, but mostly for the most part, we are pretty much at the stage where a lot of things that look like they should look right. And there are a couple of glitches that I introduced while I was working on it that I now have to figure out how to fix. But that's what this time is for. So let's be about it. Well, first things first, let's get the boss sorted out. So we're gonna quick load. Probably need to rename this at some point, just so I remember that it's stage 1 boss, but that's fine. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. I'll just do it the manual way, not that big of a deal. Animation. Yeah, I just have to. Yeah, vertical frames is the only count I need now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. And it was already facing to the right, or facing to the left rather, so I don't have to flip that. It's good. Okay. Ouch. My neck is still a little bit sore. Less so than it was previously, but if you see me like stop and go like ooh, ow when I cough or something like that, then assume that that's oh right, I should have noted the start timer. Lol. Oh, not sure. Yeah, no, you did. The main thing, and it's fine. The main thing that I need, mostly to make sure that I have it double checked and correct, I need to know which frames account for which animations. So if you do not already have some kind of like database in, it doesn't even have to be in here. It can be over in the, it can be over in the Google Drive or whatever. But I need to know, okay, for like the drone or whoever, frames this to this or for this animation, this to this or for this one. I can eyeball it and make a guess vaguely, but if you had, oh yeah, frames 0, 1, and 2 are the idle animation, frames 2 to whatever are this, I need to know that. And I need to know specifically which frames correspond to what so I can implement them correctly. I had to kind of guesstimate earlier today. I feel like it's fine that they're all on one sheet, but now I need to know which frames correspond to what animations, and I have to have that like explicitly listed out. Yeah. Let's see here. It's a frame. That's the, like, all those are the exploding one. Yeah. So like now, for example, right now I have to guess which frame, like which frames, like obviously the first 20 whatever, like where it's shaking are obviously for the destroyed one, but I have to like, I have to like think it out now. Do stage 1 plus destroyed. Yes, 24. Okay. This one. That one. Back. Alrighty. Actually, it looks like it ends. right about the middle. Set it up to fade out. This modulate there and modulate again, and nope, want it to be white, but then that, and keyframe that, and it should start fading now. Good. There's that one. Okay, now we need to do fade. Oh. Now to 24 FPS. Just gotta make sure that here we have advanced enough frames. Hey Shan, what's up? How you doing? Actually, wait. Probably I want to move further ahead, actually. Looks like the idle is something entirely different. Oh. Now this looks like it's flying in, maybe? So probably when KT gets back from eating, I will more directly ask her to just like get me that set up so I know what's going on. But good to see you, Shan. Hopefully you're doing well. Don't mind me, I am just thinking out loud about things. Actually, with the rest of the shaking. No, then the rest of these shaking is probably part of that. So that's the last shake frame. Idles. Check to see how many repeats we're getting. Only the one, so we can knock this. Do that to 23. Cover all the destroyed. Move them actually quick. 40 to just expand it out a little bit, and that's 5. Just come over to here. Idle starts at, I picked 36. Okay, so that means I need to go back over to the destroyed. And once we, up. Yeah, here we go. So 36 here. Zoom out a little bit. The modulation to end at frame 36. Set it to start at 18. I think, and that should probably, yeah. Okay, good. Hang on. Nope, don't want to do that. Manage animation. Spell. Okay, good. Come in that one. Hey, Yuna. Override. Start. We're gonna do. Hey, Stubby. Skip and stage boss. Have it do idle. Can be enemy drift. Needs to be capital R. This thing here. Meanwhile, all y'all are doing Star Wars references in the chat. Don't think I don't see y'all, nerds. Okay. This enemy script root node is this one. Idle state. Enemy state. Base. This root node, we're gonna do. Okay. All right. So the thing that should be different when we start this, aside from the boss stuff, is that yeah, we do have like proper, like actual sprites and animations for like the enemies getting hit and things like that now. I do have to like actually move the weapon for the enemy to put it like at the front. All right, so that more or less fixed the thing that I was worried about for the most part. Let's see. if power ups that length is greater than 0. Set of scene set this enemies. Good. That mostly works. It's just now a question of gotta just run it again. Keep an eye on a couple things. Am I gonna revive in time to get the double? Yes. Okay, cool. Mostly working. Bugs. There we go. That's why I was acting funny. That should be fixed now. Okay. I forgot to loop this. But now it's looping. Didn't look so weird. Now we can take the enemy weapon. Nope. Assuming I can get to it. Enemy weapon. I need to take this transform and adjust it a bit that we can like properly have this shooting from where it needs to. So we do that, and I'll figure out a way to do like the bomb offset correctly. Let's see here. That's not happening at this juncture anymore. All right, I heard like what sounded like an alert from. I heard what I think sounded like an alert. Um, somewhere. Okay. Oh, right. That's probably what that jittery one without the explosions is for. Actually, that's probably actually the It's that's probably the hit animation, isn't it? Haha. Oops. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Stage one boss hit. Okay. It probably starts at like what 25 or something. I got it here. Which frame does it start at? I know it ends at 36. Hang on. Got to do it correctly. All right. All right. Next one. All right. That's like what? Nope. 11. Okay, there we go. Okay. Grab this one. Boss. We're gonna come over here. Now it's time to see if some. Now it's time to see if some shenanigans will occur. So, okay. Yep. Cool. Enemy state base. Script here. Okay. This one we don't have to worry about because that. Stage one boss hit state. That should be handled over there. State boss idle state. Good. Okay, good. Ah, wait a minute. That's why. I need to set the scene route way earlier than that. That might fix the problem because the scene route should be set way earlier than that, so that way it knows how to spawn the thing in. Okay, that might have fixed one of not the error that we get pretty much all the time that we knock down an enemy, but I think this should fix one of the major ones. Hey, Kettle. There we go. There's one thing for the troopers in terms of like making them turn back, but we can fix that in a little. Okay. So now we need to start working on like the invisibility timer and things like that in order to make sure that those shenanigans persist correctly. Okay, so it's time to go. I gotta go handle that now rather than later. Add a child node timer. Invincibility timer. We're going to do is this we're gonna do public timer vulnerable invulnerable timer get set export it. Okay. To health. Okay. Click void on invul timer timeout, which is cool. Honestly, it also just makes sense to do export. Well, no, we could probably no, because I'm not going to be able to tell which way is which unless I go out of my way to do a. Hold on, check something real quick to see if I did this already. Nope, we only have the one type, so let's not complicate things. Do signal public delegate void invol timer ended. Easier. We're gonna do get signal invol timer. Hang on. Name dot the art for the book. Yeah. That is mostly thanks to Yuna going out and finding some open source ones that we could use. Makes our made our lives a lot easier in terms of dealing with that. So node, nope. Come on, node, timeout. We're gonna come up here. Let's pick. Oh, I forgot to build it. Hold on. Build it. Pick that. Connect. Okay, good. And so now all we really need to do is, well, two things. Over here, we just need to do set invol false. Yeah, we should not have the states handle it. What we should do is, rather than let the states handle whether or not we're invulnerable or not, yeah, do it over here in the actual health script. And then we're going to do invul timer. So the reason why we're doing these signals here is so that signal for when this entity has become invulnerable. The reason why we're doing these signals here is so that we can be relatively flexible in terms of so this is the basic principle behind signals, right? Signals emit themselves, right, whenever an event happens, we'll say, right? So when we've taken damage, when we've updated the health, when our health has been completely depleted, when our invul timer has started, when it stopped, right? And the reason why we want to do these things is because it's signal main dot invul timer. Started. So the main reason why we want to do it like this is because this gives us the flexibility to tell individual scripts, hey, when this signal is emitted, do this thing. When this signal is emitted, do this thing. It keeps a certain level of like preventing me from having to micromanage certain aspects about how the code works. For example, right, when the invulnerability timer ends, I can literally come over, I can do this, right? Peep game. I can do health script dot invul timer started. I can do plus equals and do this, and then do hit. Hang on, I gotta remember how to do the the Leona State hit, for example, right? I can come over here. I could either do it over here in this state or I could do it over in the player script. I'm going to do it in the player script just to make my... Well, no. I should probably do it more properly over in... I have an option either which way, right? I can do it in the player script or I can do it in Leona's hit state. But the main point of what I'm doing here is I'm setting it up so that when the player is hit, right, and the invul timer starts, we make sure this is the key thing, right? Basically, we're setting it up so that when the invul timer starts and when it ends, right? When the invul timer starts, right? The player's hitbox is disabled. When the invul timer ends, right? Then the player is no longer invincible. We want to do it this way as opposed to the way I had it. So the way I had it before, right? You would be invincible when you're hit. And then when you leave the hit state, you're no longer invincible, which we don't want to do it that way because it causes certain levels of how do I put it? It causes certain levels of mismatch in terms of like, oh right, well, I was getting hit, I turned into my move state, and now I'm vulnerable again. And I get hit again. It's to sort of help like reduce the sort of stun lock effect that happens, and that's like what's happening with the enemy right now. For example, I'm gonna go fix that for the boss so that y'all can sort of see what I mean. I just need to make sure that I do that correctly. So the player script over here, we're gonna take these two, copy these here, stage 1 boss. We're gonna do right. So very similar principle for this thing. We're going to do copy this and adjust a couple of things. Bop, bop, disabled, true. So, right, when we first entered the idle state for the boss, the idea is that when we first enter it, right, we're going to set up a couple things. Well, let me comment this properly. Connect this boss to the HUD. Make sure the hitbox is enabled once we've started the idle state. This is for the boss, right? Set up the invulnerability signals from the health node. Enable. Actually, I want to do this. How are we doing, gang? I think I almost have the boss straightened out. Gotta do a thing real quick. Have that. Each one boss. Right? That's what I called it, I think. Machine that changed. All right, and then I just need to double check to make sure that I named that correctly. Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay. Timer. Oh, right. I need to make sure that I set those individually now. So, health node, editable children. Uh, he only gets 3 seconds of inroll. Let's see if that works first. Hopefully I didn't break it. Yeah, I was worried about something like that. Oh, right. I know why. It's because over here, I forgot to put the invincibility timer. I forgot to assign it. That's my fault. The fire rate. I haven't animated it yet. I didn't animate that part yet because I did not know which sprites, which frames in each animation were for the firing. So I haven't done that yet. I know that they're there, and I only just figured it out when I looked at like either the trooper or one of the ones that had a more distinct one. Yeah, yeah. Just leave me a solid and write that for all the enemies. All I need to know are frames. This start your count at 0. Start your frame count at 0, and just let me know. Okay, right for the drone, 0 to this is this animation. 1 to like X to this is that one. But start your count. Start your count at 0. Because if you notice, the frame counter over here also starts at 0. So to make my life easier, start count like when you start counting these to say which ones are which, start from 0 for me, please. Thank you. Okay, the invincibility timer is fixed now, so that should be less of a problem. And of course, I immediately pick the health node to test when it's like, hey, that doesn't do anything on its own. You should come over to this one. Okay. Yeah. Ah, I never had a transition out of the hit state either. Okay, two things to fix. That's okay. So stage one boss, take the health node, make the children editable. Give me like 5 seconds on that. I need to make it actually transition out of the hit state. Um, which means I need to override this. Or I need to at least make a different. I need to make a different one of these. So I'm gonna grab this stuff. I'm gonna go to stage one. Here we're gonna do script stage one boss hit state. Over here, drop these off in here. I'm gonna do enemy state base because that's basically what this is. Using system.collections.generic should fix that issue. And we're going to do stage one boss idle state. Stage one boss. We don't even need to do string.format this time because we're manually doing that. Build this. Cool. Now we just have to swap script over here, right? So instead of using, nope, I'm here. That going to quick load and we're going to do boss state head. Assign that. And I think we talked about it. Not right now. At some point, getting one to go backwards is the ideal. Not yet. Not worried about it right now. Yeah, like right. Yeah, right. The second that's like a not even like a stretch thing. That's a once we are ready to reassess the like where sprites are at now that we've done our first batch and mostly figured out how the process how like the workflow works. We come back and we reassess them. Okay, right. I need to actually make it exit out. I keep telling myself I need to make it exit out of the state, and I keep forgetting. So that should thankfully be relatively easy. I come over to the hit state. I need to do. Well, we have that already. I just need to make it. I need to just connect a couple things correctly. So over here in the animation player, do this. I go to hit state. I do pick. I connect it like this. Connect that, and it should be fine. Let me go make sure the trooper is also connected that way. Okay, I did do that already for the trooper. Trooper's like the only other enemy where we have to worry about that right now, aside from the boss. Okay, cool. Okay. Try this again. Oh, hang on. I might have messed something else up. Oh, okay. I need to take a second and see here. Yeah, the boss is healing itself for some reason, and I do not know why. Sent it in Discord for now, but past the prototype, I'll make. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so then that part turned out about as okay. So then most of that turned out about as much as I thought, give or take. Okay, that makes sense. And I do need to, yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it because the drones. Oh right, because if you have a speed shot, that are not going to die. Okay, yeah, a couple things I have to adjust on my end, but that all makes sense. Okay. Okay, now I gotta figure out though, why is the boss getting health back? That does not make sense, and I do not like that. Um, hold on. All right. Okay. So its health isn't actually getting restored, right? But if you look at those debug messages that are showing up, and even if we come over to the boss itself and come look at the health node, its current health is still it's still being reduced. So there's something wrong with the HUD, more specifically, I think. Look at the HUD and we look at the boss info, at the boss health. Yeah, the value's not being updated correctly. Um, which means that there's something else that I messed up somehow. I got to track it through the HUD. So come over to the HUD. Because the only thing I really changed was only thing that I really changed was this stuff over here. Because the HUD is only connected to the boss one time. We're disabling those. So then what is causing that to happen? Because for some reason it's not updating correctly. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why that is the case. Oh, I know why now. No, I know why. I get it. I figured it out. I sat and I thought about it really hard and I figured it out. So here's the deal. I put this in on start, right? This on start happens when the state starts. I figured it out. So because this on start happens when the state begins, every time that the boss is knocked, returns from the hit state back into the idle state, it's running this code again. Right? Which means that it reconnects it and redoes all this stuff, which is not, we don't need to do that. What I need to do mostly is grab this stuff and put it up here in the ready. So that what happens is when the boss is initially entering the game for the first time, it will connect all this stuff and then won't connect it again. So ideally, this should also keep it from like doing other stuff. Theoretically, I could also really just get around this by doing like bool initialized equals false, right? And then here I could do something like if initialized equals false, do all this stuff, initialized equals true. And then basically this makes it so that I like that solution better, honestly, because then this way I know for sure, okay, the first time we enter the state, we are good to go on that front. Because what was happening basically was that it was reconnecting to the HUD every single time that the boss left its hurt state, and that's why it looked like the health was resetting even though it wasn't. But with what I just did, that should fix it. So yeah, I just need to adjust the invincibility a little bit on the boss because it's probably a little too long, but I wanted to put it long just to make sure it works. We can knock that to 3, which is what Leona has as well. Ah, I should also probably go over to the health and make that a one shot. That's important that it's a one shot so that it doesn't keep being in the background once it's been started. Um, it didn't occur to me that I would want to do that until I just looked at it a second ago. Um, okay. Okay. Cool. Um, let's just do all that. It just does all that the first run through. Okay. Turn down the invincibility timer a little bit more. I think we should be okay. So stage 1 boss. I'm gonna do 1 second because that's what it was at before. Dip over to health. Manually set it to like basically nil by default, and then adjust it individually for, like, for example, the trooper. We want to go to is so yeah. It's also because I keep flipping back and forth between um keep flipping back and forth between it, and I don't want it playing over each other. But given that I'm going to be doing like a lot of like jumping in and out debug, it probably makes sense to just let it run. Honestly. Okay. Don't need state machine scene open right now. I think don't need that right now. Health should stay. Weapon is fine. Health. Battle screen. No. HUD right now. Don't need to work on the HUD. Player. Don't need weapon right now. State one boss. Shown to scout. Health. Base enemy should also be okay for now, I think. Okay. the only in that format. Let's start it with the drone. Okay, so drone shoot. We're gonna do 4 and 35 is shooting. Okay. Okay. Curious about something. Curious about one thing. Let's do public. One shot. Two lower. The reason why I do 2 string that 2 lower is so that I don't have to like worry about capitalization. boot. Just want to do this basically. All right. Drone, we're going to come over to the animation player node, wire two things. First, we're going to have to rebuild it. Build. And we're going to scroll down to movement, pick. We're going to connect those two together because we need that. So while that's connected, that's going to do that. And then I have to connect the starting of the timer. Which doesn't seem to be a thing I can do innately, which means that I need to, in the weapon, enable that. This is where signals are important, right? Because now what I'm literally going to go do is add a signal to make it so that we know when the timer is started. So I'm going to go over here. Oh, hang on a second. Right. So over here, I'm going to do signal public virtual void on firing timer started event handler. Opposite public. Can't remember is it abstract? One of these. There we go. It's delegate. Sorry, delegate void. Then we're gonna do signal public delegate void on firing timer stopped event. Oh, not even on. We're gonna do firing timer started and firing timer stopped. So these two signals will let us know, right, when it's been started and when it's been stopped. So emit signal name dot firing timer started, firing timer stopped. Right now, actually, we need one more. Shot fired. So blah 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 blah. If all that works, we're gonna do shot event. Nope. Emit signal name dot shot fired. Right. Probably what we really need is this, right? And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set it up now, set an enemy state movement, right? We need to do this at the end, and we're gonna do root enemy script root node dot enemy dot self weapon dot shot fired. Gonna do this. So basically what should happen is every time a shot is successfully fired, we should play the shoot animation, right? Or better yet, we can just literally just do play shot anim, right? So every time a shot is fired, we just play the shot animation. And then once that shot animation ends, we should go back to what we were at before. Firing timer, I don't think I need to wire anything here. I just need to... Yeah, I don't think I need to wire anything else here as far as that's concerned. We're just doing it with the drone first to see if it works correctly. and also to see if there's anything I missed. Yeah, looks like it works about right. Looks like it works. It looks like it works about right, give or take. I just need to. I just have to manually make it like. I just have to manually make it do it. I'm gonna see if that works. If I manually stop it and then play it, I think it should work. Yep, good. All right, then that's set. Cool. And the nice thing is that, basically speaking, because of the way that the I do need to put the hit state into the drone, so I should do that right now while I have the chance. Node. Need enemy state hit. Vector. You need the quick load hit. Enemy script root node is this one. Trooper. Double check. Are there any other signals I need to connect? That's the firing timer one. So health one. Also, hi Shark. My bad. I was in hard thinking mode. Let's see here. That looks like it works fine. Now the question. Okay, right. Gotta make sure the hit transitions work right. So let me take a look and see what we have here. Animation player, new drone hit. Actual hit number. Drone R. I freaked out because for half a second I thought I opened something I wasn't supposed to. And I was starting to get nervous. And that made me nervous for a second. Drone hit 24. Over here to this one, do this. Shutter frame 36. $36, $37, $38, $49, $40, $41, $42, 5%. I should really just count them out when I do that. Okay, good. That's the hit animation for the drone. Very good. Animation player, node. Over here, we do need to make sure I connect this one. Right? So connect. I'm gonna go to enemy state, hit, pick, go, connect that. Okay, good. So hit, defeated, movement, shoot. Okay. And now that I actually know, so this is actually 12 frames, and I'm gonna have to shift some of these over by like pips. Make sure that modulate value starts at 0. Come over here. Vector, sprite 2D. I want to start at frame 0. Key that one in, key that one in. There we go. And then Trooper defeated. We're going to want to do the same thing now that I know that. So Trooper defeated. Gonna just right, that really only needs to be like 12 frames. Take push them down another 2 over to the sprite 0 1 to key those in, and then it's like like that. Cool. And then for the animation player over here, scout defeated, scout movement, scout. So yeah, same thing here. It's just 12. Move, jut these over 2 frames, push the modulate back over to 0. And then we just gotta key in the frame count from 0. So 0 1. And all right. And really, I only need like half. Oh, shoot. 24 here. Only need like 12 frames here. Okay, 24, 25, 26. 24 to 47 is like 24, so 24, 25, 26. You only need to like frame 35, I think. So we're gonna do 24 here. Okay, good. I think that should be all we need. Yep. So drone, make sure I named this correctly. So shoot is the name of the animation. I want to make sure that's correct. So Trooper shoot. 24. 12 for the actual length. Over to the sprite 2D again. Start at frame 24. Good. So hit, defeated, hit, idle, movement, shoot. Defeated, hit. Oh wait, idle we're not. Idle I'm not using. I don't think. So defeat, hit, movement, shoot. So come over here, manage animations, don't need idle. That is garbage. Don't need this one. Throw it away, please. Defeated, hit, movement, shoot. Defeated, hit, movement, shoot. Okay. And should be right. Defeated. No, I don't have a hit animation yet. So we'll do new. Scout, hit. 24 for the snap. 12 for over here. Right. Come over to the sprite 2D. This at 36. 6.
So let's key it all the way through. Save that. Movement is where it auto loads into. Movement is where this one also auto loads into. This one also auto loads into. Okay. Cool. Got needs a hit state. So node. Enemy state hit. Quick load hit. Enemy state hit. Do this, save. Gotta wire the animation player. Rest of the pick. Wrong one. Hit, pick. One. Connect. Hit defeated, check. Defeated hit, check. Over here. Movement defeat. Okay, right. Just gotta connect this one. And I think that should be all of those enemies wired up for that. I'll look at the chat in a second if anybody's chatting. Sorry, my brain is like wiring through on like just making sure that I don't miss any connections here. Because that's the hard part about Godot really is that if you're not paying enough attention to how you are wiring things up, it is very easy to forget and not properly connect signals together. And that can be kind of a pain if you don't remember to do it correctly. But the thing about signals is that if you do remember to do them correctly, though, it's very good for like locking things in. Do we have sound effects? Oh my god, I forgot. No, I mean, yeah, we do. I literally went into BFXR or SFXR at some point and just like kit bashed together a bunch from before. Like, we can literally kind of just make our own on that front. We don't have to engineer anything special. Unless we really feel that it's necessary. I don't think we have to engineer them that hard. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, KT, I don't know if you saw it, because I know that you set like a full 24 for let me try to do this math correctly, right? If you notice for the shooting state, right? I know that the animation that you did for the shooting state for these makes them shoot twice, right? But if you notice, I basically only did one shot and I just made it stop and play the anime. No, we don't need 4 at all. It's a little hard. It's probably a little hard to see, but if anything, like literally, if they only shoot one time, it's fine. Because peep game, right? Like you notice that I put the whole. I tried it with the drone first just to see how it would look, but notice that like I put in your full 24 frames for the shot animation, but I literally stopped it like halfway through, and it still works fine. And then when I did the trooper, right, shoot, all I ever needed was it to do like one shot, and I handled everything else programmatically. So yeah, if you remember that whole conversation we were having about like, where you were like, that's wild to me that like you can have like fighting game devs only use like X amount of keyframes and then that's it and it works fine. Very similar principle here, right? Because like literally all I did was I took this, because it's like I know that you repeated it twice. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take one set of those sprites and literally I'm just gonna take the one firing shot and make Godot, whenever the firing has to happen, make sure that Godot manually stops the animation where it is and then plays it again. And the end result of that, if you look, right, again, it's a little bit harder to see. Can I do this without causing this to explode? Yeah, like you'll notice that it's pumping, right? Every time that the shot happens. I just gotta fix this one now. So boss needs a little bit more invul on its. Yeah, nope. You need like a good 1.5, I think. Yeah, you need like a good 1.5, I think, to make sure that. Okay. Okay. Cool. That should be right. Now the only hard part is sure that when it gets back. Let me check the animations real quick. Because there's one of these that is not looping, and that's why this thing does not look correct. Animation player. Idle. Put it to loop. Oh yeah, we can probably do the same thing here. Cut that to 12. Manage animation. Wait, hang on. This is stage 1 boss. Shoot. What we want to do is something very similar to this. Right. Stage 1 boss. Boss script. Need that one, not there. So over here in enemy statement. Okay. So not in the hit state, not in the entry state. We want it in the idle state, right? That we just need to set this up and grab this shot animals. Okay, cool. Ah, that's a problem, isn't it? Because when they get hit, it does that. Okay. So these two need to be definitely outside of here. So the boss's weapon turns back on every time we come back in, and the bomb timer has started. Right. Okay, that will fix that problem. Dropping into lyric things are updated. All right. Thanks, Shark. All right, good. Okay. Which is gonna make it not stop the bomb timer when it leaves the state, because that's causing shenanigans. So we're just gonna make it do the thing. Okay. So that should at least fix the bomb one. Shot animation is still doing funny stuff, but we can probably just make a proper idle for the boss so that the different looking ones that it can transition a little more cleanly. But that's a future us problem. Not thinking about it too hard right now. Okay. So just about the only thing we need to do now is just adjust. We just need to literally adjust where the weapons are firing from, and that's very easy. So I'm gonna do that very quickly while I have the presence of mind to focus on the thing that I'm doing now. Need part. We're going to behave. 37, negative 10. 37, negative 37, negative 10 looks like it's about the right spot. So, negative 37, negative 10. And then the all right. That should. Whoops. Wrong scene. That should be about the right spot for those, though. Yes. Hmm. Ah, that's why. All right, time to cheat a little bit. Basically, in order to make sure that the player can't drop bombs when they're not supposed to, I put in that little failsafe, but it was restricting both the player and the enemy. So for the enemy, I cheated a little bit. Enemy can drop bombs even when they are getting shot, because you gotta let it be a little loose in order for this boss to be a challenge on that front. Okay, it mostly works. Let's see here. Players. Okay. Having a thought might work. Okay, cool. Okay. I might be able to just slightly adjust the way the shooting animation works for the boss to make it a little bit less. Maybe. Like maybe one frame and that'll do it. But don't worry about it just yet. Okay. So that part looks like it's handled at this point. Hey there. Okay. I need to just, I can at least do that, I think. That's a good note. Thinking about it, thinking. Problem for future me. I'm thinking about it right now, and I can't think of a good solution. Called. If you just still. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Vallejo. Good to see you as always. Okay, cool. Table 2 should do false. Yeah, I'm doing okay. My neck hurts a lot less. More words are hard. It doesn't hurt as much as it was earlier, and I finally just cracked and got a heating pad. So I've been using that and just kind of watching how I sleep and remembering to just keep my shoulders loose. When it feels like my instinct is about to be like to lock up, and that mostly helps. Honestly, I should probably, you know what I'm gonna do, really, because it's probably better to do it this way. Public void toggle hitbox. Cool new value. And we're just gonna do this actually. This is a little bit, this way I have a stronger sense of like how to control when that happens. So we're gonna do toggle hitbox 2. Toggles the players. That's that hitbox disabled is better. That's whether the hitbox is disabled. And the naming here is important, right? The reason why I wanted to do set hitbox disabled is because naming it the name on line 177 doesn't actually matter all that much, right? I could have left it as enabled. But the thing is that the logic that's being used here, right, is the player hitbox disabled, true or false? So I want to make sure that this name matches what I'm using here so that I don't mess up the logic when I'm using the actual function and do it backwards in a way that causes problems. We want to avoid that. Now, for example, over here, I'm just gonna do these things, mostly because yeah, with the set deferred, it works, but ideally speaking, for the player, right? I want to make sure, and this is sort of the thing, right? So for the player, for example, right? I want to make sure that I'm and this is why. If I route all of the changes for the player's hitbox through this function, then this means that in a situation where, for whatever reason, right, the player becomes invulnerable at a time that I didn't expect, and I'm like, why did that happen? I can literally just track where I'm using this one, and it will tell, and I can like sort of narrow down where the problems are, so to speak, right? Like ideally speaking, even for like the enemy script, I want to do something similar. And so I will actually. So we're gonna go over to, I'm gonna go here. I want to go here. I want to go here. I go into this thing. Right, because now even over here, I can just do, instead of hitbox at set deferred, I can literally just do set hitbox disabled, true, right? Because again, we want to just make sure if we route it specifically through one spot, it makes certain aspects of this a lot less painful. In this case, this is the pickup hitbox, so we're going to leave that alone for right now. We're going to leave that alone also because this is for the pickup hitbox, which I haven't fixed that yet. So we're not going to mess with that right now. It also has the benefit of like condensing this stuff down a bit, so it's a little easier to read because I'm not like looking at as many long things by nearly any means. So for example, if I come over to player script, I can do set. I'm going to do pickup here. Pickup hitbox, set pickup hitbox disabled, and we're going to do pickup hitbox at set deferred. And now I'm going to do set pickup here. Pickup. Right? And so now with this, if you notice, there's basically only like again, and the reason why we're doing this is because functionally speaking, now you notice we've narrowed down the use of set deferred from all those different spots to just 4, right? Because everything now is routing through set hitbox disabled for either the enemy script or the player script depending, which means that if for whatever reason anything weird starts to happen with the invulnerability, I only have to look at where is hitbox disabled being called for either the player or the enemy, as opposed to trying to figure out, okay, which one of these 12 times that I used it before is causing the issue. When you can help it and you can reuse code like that, in some cases it can be a little tricky to work around, but in other cases, centralizing where certain things are or are not changed makes it easier for you to debug later because you know that there's only but so many spots that it can be happening. Hang on a second. Having a thought. Just had a line of thought here that might make some of the firing offsets a little bit less weird looking for the enemies. Let's see. I put a shot limit to limit how many bullets could be on screen at a time. I bumped it up from 3 to 4. Okay. What happens if I turn off the shop in this region? All right, let's see. I may regret this a little bit later, but something I want to check. So yeah, I think this covers almost everything I wanted to do tonight. Mostly the one thing I know for sure that I haven't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're cooking. We're cooking. That's much better now. So basically, the only thing I need to figure out how to do is I'll think about that. Because basically, the main thing I need to figure out at some point is getting tweens to loop. So I'm gonna just say 6. So 27, 20, 24. I'm gonna say like 6:10 p.m. 10 p.m. 2 p. 6. Yeah, we'll say that. Boss sprite plus animations. Adjusted animation for Is it too late? It is, but I suppose it also doesn't technically matter that much. I thought we were getting it, but functionally speaking, I was mostly working visuals. But it doesn't matter. Um, Shucks. I hope I saved that. Hang on a second. I gotta go. I'm hiding. I switched screens because I have to open that back up without showing stuff on my desktop. Give me a second. Notepad. Please tell me I saved that. Okay, yeah, it's saved. Okay. Yeah, because right now my brain is like, I can feel it trying to go like, when I start thinking about trying to get the, basically the thing that I have to figure out now is mostly a nice way to get that damage flashing, right, effect. I have to figure out how to get that damage flashing effect, but leave it independent from, the animations and everything. I think I have a way to do that. I just have to think on it a little bit more. The main thing I have to just figure out is like a good way. Basically, I just have to think of like a good way to get it to modulate for a little while and then do that. But that's like a future me problem. UI sprites, I think, are maybe like the last thing, but in terms of like most of the major things that I would have wanted done, most of them are done. Balancing passes maybe like the last thing, because with the invulnerability timer now, the end, like the first boss is a little bit more of a damage sponge than I would have liked, which probably means that I need to take the health and like adjust it down by like, probably adjust it down by like half. Because initially it had so much because like shenanigans were going on. I think at about half with the invulnerability timer, it's much less of a pain. Okay, right. This is the only part that doesn't work right. Hold on. Or it does. It just doesn't destroy itself, which is weird. Hold on. I think I know why. I think I know why. So if it was still in the hit state, hold on. Yep. I think that should probably sort us. And let me see if that will... If I'm correct, that should sort us. Yeah, okay. So that's the only thing that's not fixed yet. I gotta make a note of that. Hold on. One last thing to check as a thought idea as to what might be causing that. That's why. Didn't do that part. to be specific and say defeated state. And then I don't think I need the else. Then I just need the it. Go to the hit state. And just make sure that this is... Alright, I think I have it. Let me just make sure. I'm just going to double check it, and then we should be good. Gotta make sure I put that back to 20 before we leave. Or that will be shenanigans. There we go. All right. Good enough for me. Let me double check when we... Okay, ad break is near the quarter of the hour. So we should have enough time to get up out of here. All right, y'all. So that's it for Game Dev Stream today. At this point, the game is playable. I need to make sure I put that health back to... I'm going to put it at 10. It's like 20. Adjusted. Let's see. Stage 1. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at 10 for right now, just because accounting. Well, maybe 20 actually, because that means if you save your bombs, then I guess you deserve to be able to just bomb through it and kill it. So whatever, I'll leave it at 10 for right now, and if that's too easy, then I'll adjust it later. Whatever. So yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. This Friday, probably Strive, because the new season 3 character is out. It's Abba. I wanted it to be Jam, but of course it wasn't going to be Jam. It's Abba. I'm not actually going to play Abba, but I want to just sort of see what it looks like. Yeah, it was her. And basically we know for a fact that Strive's last character for season 3, it's Slayer. When they did the reveal that season 4 was going to be happening, they gave a silhouette of the last character. It was a little dimmer than they usually do, but 1, Slayer's hair shape, 2, bats. It's like, okay, it's Slayer. Like, y'all are not fooling anybody. It's Slayer. So yeah, season 3 ends with Abba. Season 3 will end with Slayer. Season 4, we don't know who's in yet. We are just gonna have to wait and see. So thank y'all for coming. Shark is lurking, so I need to do commercials myself before the ad breaks start. Want to do game analysis and design stuff? Check out what I've been doing on that front. Then my co-host. I need to just sit down and write the post for how things are going as far as like Shootlands or Godot are concerned, and I keep putting it off because I keep getting distracted by everything else that is going on in my life right now. Yeah. But I have past game design articles over at Medium. Stream VODs will be up at youtube.com/@sjhdoesgames. I'll be updating the Breath of Fire 3 and Fighting Friday ones pretty soon, since we're coming around to the end of the month. Ko-Fi, if you want to support me in the stream but don't want to give money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, Ko-Fi is the way that you do that. I keep like $4.30 out of a $5 monthly subscription there. So if you're like, I don't know which one SJ likes better, Ko-Fi or getting Twitch subs. It's like Twitch subs are nice, but I only get like the payout threshold on that. It takes a lot. It's a lot more than I normally get in order to get that to contribute in any meaningful way. The Ko-Fi is better ideally if you just want to be able to support the stream and the stuff that I do. And my card has on my throne has like various gifts on there, from sillier things like Kamen Rider accessories for funny stream redemptions to things that are a little more relevant to like my desk and streaming interests, like wire organizers and monitor arms and things of that nature. And then yeah, all my other social media links are on my card, pretty much. So yeah, thanks y'all for coming by. Let me go take a look at this and see who's up, because we've got like another 10 minutes or so before the ads start. So let me move lickety quick, lickety split. Shiba, where is it? Mod documents over here. Okay. Ilias Anka level. Werewolf feels like a peanut. Let's see. I feel like we haven't been by Anka in a really, really long time. We haven't been by Anka in a really long time, it feels like. So we're gonna go there. I need to close the other desktop in order to make this one. So, we're gonna go hang out with Idios and Anka, who is currently playing some Tekken 8. It looks like either hosting or as part of a tournament, I think she is, or just hosting it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we haven't been by Anka's streams in a while, so we're gonna go hang out with her. Give her an SJH Does Raids. When we get in there, let her know who sent you, throw in your favorite emotes, all that other stuff. Like I said, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Guilty Gear Strive. This upcoming Sunday, more Breath of Fire 3. We are probably going to... We might be close to finishing it, maybe. I may have to see if I can actually force myself to get a little time in to do some of the things that are required for endgame prep. We have chain formation, which makes my life a lot easier, but we have to see if the rest of that kind of works out. Oh wait, I almost forgot. If you want to hang out with us when we're not doing stream stuff, we don't have a Discord anymore because Discord just does really annoying things with their API and all that other stuff. We are on Guilded now, so click that link, read the rules, answer the security questions correctly, and then we get you rolled up. And that's pretty much how that works. Thank y'all for coming by. Deeply appreciate it. I'll see you when I see you. Till then, stay safe, Wash your hands, wear a mask, don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. But not to bigots, racist, terrorists, sexists, anti-queer folks, Zionists. This is your reminder, as always, that Palestine must be free, and healthcare is human right, and trans rights are human rights. That's pretty much all I really have to say. Thank y'all for stopping by, for being here, and I'll catch you whenever I catch you. Later.